Here I want to talk about the possible risk during the slow season. If you change your like daily routine dramatically, right? Because you don't have any customer, you don't have any business going around during the slow season, right? You have too much free time to observe on your own. So it is very high possibility like you turn to drinking, right? If you just like drinking, right? And the risky part of the slow season, like in my case, because my business quite rely on the natural weather conditions, right? And outdoor environment, right? And then like if you turn yourself to the drinking habit daily or very frequently, right? In order to overcome your boredom, very sudden boredom, right? You will tend to drink a lot and then like going over the limit. You can control yourself. And if this habit like frequently happen during your routine, right? The the nature thing, you cannot control, right? For me, like during the summer season, there are many like sudden rainfall, like flood, typhoon, all these kind of things, natural like disastrous things happen all of a sudden, like, and then if you are not alarmed, you are not awake, then there's high possibility you come across very undesirable natural event, right? When the heavy rainfall comes all of a sudden, right? If you are completely unconscious because of heavy drinking in the previous time, right? You cannot do anything about it. And the outcome of the event, the damage will be huge. It eventually cost you your arm and legs, most of the case. And then like in that case, your losses becomes double. Why it becomes double? You don't have any business. You don't make any kind of cash flow during the slow season, but you just are hit by some natural disaster like heavy rain, flood, and typhoon, all of things, right? It will destroy or devastate your facilities, right? And then anyway, after the event finish, right, you have to manage to recover, repair whole thing again. But most of the case, it costs you huge money. And then that will set back a year, more than a year of your income, right? That's why. And the thing is, you cannot really predict when and which way it will come. You don't know. So at least even during the slow season, your mindset and your physical condition has to be alert, has to be like ready against any kind of sudden like natural events. That's why I have I myself encountered many times during the slow season that natural event, And for myself, especially during this business, with this business, I well managed about my mindset during the slow season with my the habit, kind of more safe way of the living habit, right? To stay in the boundary of controllable like mindset or and my physical conditions. So I could escape from the major damage which I cannot absorb for last 10 years. That is a really good part I have managed until now well, relatively well. Even though I was alert and kind of trying to be ready for those certain like natural event, right? Still, when it hits me, inevitably there are loss, there are losses. Although it's not so big, huge, because I was in alert and I was prepared, but still, that even the small natural events, almost every time, brings with some damage. Just imagine that you are not completely not alert, not prepared, and then you are completely like black out. Then what would happen? Is much more like risky and ends up into a huge damage. You hardly cannot absorb the loss. That is the very trickiest part of the slow season. So it's very important to stay cool and prepare against the natural event you cannot control. That's my task